I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CT Review. Today is May 1st, Thursday, 2025. I hope you had a good day today. So I'm in this fire trade, and we talked about this already. We would say that we would kind of come up in here, sweep that. We got Trump's high right there. We got into a little volume imbalance right there with the gap, and then came up to the next. I didn't highlight it yesterday, but the next 25%. The next bearish daily imbalance right here, including the gap, and then the bottom 25% got hit, which is in this 3.5 to 4, roughly, a little bit higher actually, I think, and then coming down. So everyone thought the real move was to buy today. I knew that was not the case. That was the real move was to sell. As you can see right here, I know it's not a lot of stuff. So just if I'm gonna zoom in, nice speaker up there, and then we have what we have. You see me now highlighting this, right? This this March 26th. We about to hit my target. Right now, why am I targeting this? Because of the fact that we had we had a daily. Oh, we hit it right now. Oh, we hit it right now. Oh shit! Oh, trying to hurry up, motherfucker! Just tagged it. God damn! I was trying to be slick. $5,000 trade, no problem, just with one contract. And here we go. Let me just take this here. We got it. So it can come much lower, but I'm going to just squeeze it out. And then we see what happens here. I got it highlighted here since earlier in the day. Oh shit, stop. Okay. Let me, keep coming, baby. Keep coming, keep coming, keep going, keep going, keep going. As you see, I'm just going to squinch it. As you see, what are we sealing? We're sealing the opening range gap. And I'm just trying to squeeze as much as I can out of this. And my target has been met. As you see, I'll put it on this side. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's juice, baby. Juice, baby. Just juice it, baby. Oh, that's not the same projection. I didn't do another one too. It's about to take me out. Fuck, I forgot to do something in the video. It's okay. All right, there you go. Just got stopped out. Beautiful move. So they thought this was the real move today, and I'm telling you it wasn't. Why is that? Because of the fact that I talked about this. So in general, this was a nice fan up, creating a breakout level. We came and we balanced it. Okay, we did another expansion. Obviously, when I did this, the video was only right here. By the end of the video, and this was early in the day. I mean, the time, can you see down there? Oh shit. Oh, it was here, 4:19. So it wasn't even 5 o'clock yet, right? And they had already pushed up higher. So imagine me drawing this up here, drawing this higher low, but raise it up here, right? And put it up here. Again, my goal was the Trump. I've been talking about this way before any guru on the internet was saying about this. I was talking about coming to this Trump high, at least inside it, right? And we just did that. We just did that, and we came down. Pretty obvious, right? Right there. What was I gonna say? See that when we pop up here, then it's a higher high, higher low, and a higher high, and it's a raid, it's a final, and then we drop. And then that's what it is. Now, could I have held this trade? Yeah, but listen, I'm only looking for 1, 2, 3 good swings in the intraday perspective, and that's it, right? So again, we're up here, and as you can see, this low to this high, an equilibrium would be somewhere here. We have a bust out area here, which is going to be we had yesterday's high. I'll include that, but I'm talking about the previous day from that, which obviously would have been Tuesday. It's high, right? So bust out level, right? And then we just accomplished. Now, okay, this could keep going, obviously, but my goal in this swing from this trade down is to break this swing, right? Obviously. Look at, they're all bullish candles. There's so much to say. This is a fire video. Let me try to stay on point real quick so I can get in the, so as you see on the 15-minute, we pushed up. I made the video here. Literally made the video here. We went to the R50 and then we tagged the top as well. We tagged the 50 first, went through it, 25 playing around, and then boom, the top. Then we obviously, we closed. I'm sorry. We already closed. We gapped. Then we hit that. I'm sorry. That's in Asia, right? And then we started playing around coming up. Now I'm going to get back into this. So there's not a lot of shit here. Just follow me. There is the, oh my God. Oh man, this is how I make videos long. Yeah, it's getting really tough to show all this. Let me do this here. 1 second. So no, okay, 4 hour. Okay, so what the fuck? So daily, just look at the daily here. So that the next bearish imbalance plus the gap. If we zoom in, I was talking about these gaps already, right? So we had this gap right here. Whoa, come on. This gap right here. God damn. All right, and then this is sitting. I'm including that imbalance here with the gap here. So that's why the level of this bearish imbalance is on this daily. Okay. All right, and look, now we're sealing that empty gap from yesterday's price action compared to Tuesday's high. Okay, so we have that. So we have the gap, which is in purple. And then we have the old week gap here. This old week gap that's already there. If you're wondering where it's from right there. This March 23rd Sunday, right? So it's not a lot of shit here. So we had that daily bearish up there. I quadded it. Level's 25% right there. We sweep that here. All right, then we have the volume imbalance right there that we showed. All right, that liquidity void that's there. All right, and then we have this gap. I have it quadded in the gray. Okay, look, just take it easy. I have this gray gap quadded. I have just this purple quadded, and I have this top bearish daily imbalance quadded, right? And then we have the opening range gap here in the box, can't miss it. And then we have the bearish daily imbalance right here from March 28th, right? Okay, I'm doing overkill. I shouldn't have to say all this. They just sealed it. They just sealed the opening range gap, right? This was my minimum target here for this trade. You're like, why wouldn't you hold it longer? Well, number one, I don't need to hold it into a, it can gap up easily. I was hoping it would gap down, but I just wanted to take it out because this is where I wanted to go. And I squeezed as much as I could. But, what was I going to fucking say? Because of the fact that, hey, you never know. And it's bullish, but I'm looking to catch. Sorry, here we go. Okay, so yeah, fucking knew it. Okay, so sealing that opening range gap, and then the previous day's high was here. Okay, so right there, the previous day's high was here in Asia. Okay, so we popped up, hit that 25%, played around Asia. Okay, got into the gray old weak gap. See, we get to it. We're playing around underneath it first. We come above it. Then we hit the 25%. Then the 50% playing around. Back to the bottom 25. Speakering out bottom 25. Back now top 75. Had a funny story here. I was trying to catch this sell and the gardener wanted to talk to me. I was like, dude, what? And I was pissed off. The price was already, as he starts to talk to me, the price starts to come down. I'm like, dude, at all times you want to talk to me right now. I knew it was hitting that 25%. And then it is what it is. But what am I doing here? Well, let me see if I can make this simple. So we came up for a high and then we retraced for a higher low. In general speaking, right? We got a speaker there, all lower lows right here, all higher highs here. See this liquidity right here? We're rating that. Okay, cool. But we're using also this down candle. As you see, hold on a second. So much to say. So fire though. Right here. You see this right here? I'm just going to draw it right there. See that? So when you have a very kind of bullish scenario on the top of a range, we'll most likely will get manipulation. Where it's this NFP week and the day before, and it's just fucking fuckery is going to happen. But in this, I talk about this all the time in a birdie day. So in a birdie day, this is kind of like that birdie day stuff, right? Because why? We make some higher lows and we did sweep that, but we don't ever go below here. See, that's a down candle. These are down candles, and we were looking at support here. They rated that, okay? So, but they didn't keep going lower than here, which I would have liked, even because I caught this sell. Sorry, am I all over the place? I don't know. There's so much to say, but hold on. So I'm seeing this. What I'm trying to say is at 9:30, even before I was ready at 8. And I fucking wanted to catch this. I knew we were gonna catch this sell here, and it happened to be up here. I was like, dude, this is perfect. We can sell down into 9:30, get the dump before we get a little pump. Whatever they end up doing, but in general speaking, that's most likely. Before we go up, we're gonna always generally come down first, right? So that's the logic. But the motherfuckers is still holding. Was still holding this shit, and I'm over here attacking it. Boy, I obviously saw that live. But the point of what I'm trying to say is, when now that we framed that the 8 o'clock is around here, and then the 9:30 is here, and then I you see this here. I understood that it could be a level, but what I was really interested in was the 50% opening range. So let me kind of flow into it. I missed it here. I actually got stopped out, and I was trying to hit this bitch to sell it, and then I didn't catch it. And then like while that's happening, literally at the same time, this guy's talking to me, is just reaching out to me, and then I'm gotta go downstairs and holler at him. But anyways, man, when it was down here, I was like, dude, what the I was pissed. But anyways, so 9:30's here, right? So what do? We start off kind of like a sell by sell, but it's really just a dump, some 3 drives. But you see here, 9:30, boom, tags at 25%. Pay attention to these details here. 25%. We already hit the 75% up there, by the way. Yes, there's this blue line. We didn't hit Trump's high. Now, I'm saying this to frame also the rest of the video, is because what if it doesn't take that high out? What if it's squeezed so much? And in that case, that would be, see the blue line? Let me make it thicker. Can't miss it, right? Okay. Perfect. Right there. So what if we don't take it out? In most cases, it's built liquidity, they'll take it out. But what if they did not? So I'm trying to take that sell. Anyways, that didn't work out. So let me delete this for a second. Okay, so anyways, we got 9:30. Now, look at the algorithm. We got the midnight level, very key in today too. Midnight level right here in the orange. And so 9 o'clock. Boom, snaps to the bottom, 25% gray, weak imbalance, all week. Then we come down, boom, top 25% of the opening range gap. Boom, we sweep this here. Okay, so I took this sell here, actually. And then came down for a couple drives, stops here. Now, at this time, I made some mistakes today. Operator's error. It is what it is. It's no big deal. But I got this swing here. If I squinch it up, you can see the last low and the high. We break it. Right? I talk about this all the time. So this is lower lows and then a lower high, right? So to speak, right? And it's obviously, this is manipulation. This is hardcore. So anyways, what did we do? We stopped here. I wasn't interested in buying. I was actually trying to kind of get down here. Why? Because of this. So the present day's gap, we only offered one side delivery. And that's why I felt we would be a magnet towards it. Why? Let's look at it. This is how I make videos long, but you're in for a treat because I'm excited about it. As you see here, this is the opening day gap. That's why they might get rid of it, because it's just a tell. But you see, when we opened up, when we gapped down, all right, the price was here. Then, okay, so this is empty when it opens right here. Then it comes down, offers selling, boom, comes back, offers buying. Pushes up all the way through past it, offered only buying. There's no offering of selling in here in this price. That's why I had this motherfucker highlighted here. I was very specific here about this, and you saw me come into it. Now, I was waiting. I mean, I was chilling. I was doing other things, and I was just going to hold this for a big range. But finally, man, when I saw this crack right here, I was like, oh, we're good. This 350 right here. Oh, market on close, save it for them. And I was a little suspect that they were gonna push it back up at that 350 candle. Yo, this just happened all in the last, obviously, 25 minutes, right? Not even 20. So, it was in my favor. When they say there's luck in trading, this is what they mean. I mean, at the same time, it could have went up, right? Because it's a higher low, higher high, higher low. I mean, why fight against this? Here's the reason why I didn't fight against. Here's the reason why I did fight against it. Why? Because we're all the way up here. Like this situation here, like this is like in the middle, so to speak. If that's the higher target, right? So that logic of I was expecting something like this: a higher high, higher low, higher high, and then raid. Why am I looking for the raid up here? Because it's up here. It's higher. It's in a much more bigger premium. They've already accomplished so much in the algorithm's job and cleanup crew. The cleanup crew took care of the top side. That's an external range liquidity. We're coming back into internal range liquidity, which is what? The fucking imbalance. This one right here. You can use the 4 hour. You can use the 1 hour. There it goes right there. But that's the simple logic. So they came out into external liquidity, came back into internal. So let me get back with it. So I'm also looking for. Okay, so let me continue. So here you can see this pops up. Okay, it's the trade's killed. Okay, done. What does it do? 950 macros in. Okay, this is me being impatient, but I still have the same logic of a dump at the minimum. If it's bullish or bearish, I expect it to come back down more. And then when it gets down here, I don't care if it's bullish or bearish, but there's only two options. Either it's going to keep going or it's going to go up. I don't feel comfortable buying over here, which I should have, but here's the reason why I didn't was because when we rated here, this is the time 950, right? 951, right? So I'm using the macro to sell back down. Where am I going? You can see my obvious target would be 50%, right? And when we swept, again, not only did we sweep, but this is also a 25% level of the gray gap, right? And then we tap that imbalance. There's a 15-minute imbalance right here. This 8:15 a.m. today, right here. Can you see it? Let me zoom in. It's a fire video, buddy. Everybody thought that was the move today. Now, don't get me wrong. The buy was a great move and beautiful move, actually, but it wasn't the real move. As I just fucking proved it now, but just that's my intuition. I'm trusting it. But okay, so imbalance right there, right? And then we come and we tag it underneath it here first, right? So I was like, oh shit. So right away, I'm pushing sell at this 25%. I'm not even gonna pull out the trade, but took it down to right here to 50%. And when I have this range, okay, so there's not a lot of lines. Okay, so this is just a range from here to here. I'm projecting it 2 to 2.5. It's another reason why this sell from here to here was a beautiful target and really my main objective for today. I mean, no matter what it did today, that was my main objective. But so we hit that. Then 10 o'clock news, and then 10 o'clock news comes, and then snaps it at it again. This was very difficult to catch for me, and I couldn't. And I was already kind of irked from this guy over here that messed me up. So it was a nice play. I had to sit back and chill. So what did it do? Well, we did get order flow coming up, but I'm personally, when we're up at a range this high, I'm not looking to buy, only because I'm looking really for the sell, right? So let's see what it does. Okay, cool. I've already got some of the sell, but so you get this 1001 wick. See this wick right here? Look at the body stopping right there. All right, and then takes off, right? Okay, but if this cell's going to keep coming down, it should not come above this high. Like, okay, we swept that data high because that was a 10 o'clock candle for the news. And then we came back down. But look at the body stop. We should keep coming lower for a new lower low if it's going to sell. But guess what? You don't really find that out until here. Look at the first imbalance here. This is 938. And you can see that when we get above it right here, and then you have we see how we bounce right above it, and then it's a bullish candle right to the midnight level, and then we retrace back into the top of that first imbalance, which is now an inversion. And also, what's right there? Oh, that's that. This is that. Okay, so this doesn't look messy, right? I made it clean, right? This is that bearish imbalance. This is the volume imbalance. This is the gray gap, old gap. That's the opening range. That's the bearish balance below it. As you notice, that's what's on my chart, right? So guess what? Right here, see that? See that? That's the high of that bearish imbalance, right? So right here, you can see it. Think taps right on top of it, right? This is algorithmic. Okay, so guess what? If it's selling, it should not be supporting here, but it could still fall through right here. But guess what it does? It pops up right here. Once it came up above again, and now we're at the midnight level. We're on top of the midnight level. Now you can say, if it bounces on the midnight level, I'm going to buy it. Okay, but that's not really good confirmation. In all these trades that we take, generally speaking, you want to wait for more confirmation. So then this 1023 pops up more. See this right here? And then it bounces above that. That's a down candle, this 1022. We come above it. We already have confirmation of the bearish, of the first imbalance. So that right there, this was an entry, right? But again, I don't buy these type of trades. Okay, that's just me personally. You could. That's a great, and sometimes I have, but I'm just saying I preferably would not to. And because it was so little, and it was hard to get out of the trade. First of all, when I got out, but to get back in, it was just so suspect because I understood this. But as you know, they will not give you what you want right away, right? A dangling carrot, right? Because the real carrot was here. Fine. And we've been talking about that, right? Okay, cool. So then right here, boom. This 1023, it's a bullish candle. We come back and we dip right on top of it. Now you got another higher low. And the price shouldn't be here. The price shouldn't be here if we are selling. Okay, you might say, well, that's the 930 and the bottom of the gap. What if it just tagged it? Yeah, but you shouldn't be this high anyway. We should not, if this was a sweep, I should see a wick. This is a closed body. Right? So what do? We come up, and then, so I already talked about the retracement 2 to 2.5 right here, right? Then I got the projection down here with this last down candle, obviously this 959. I got it projected to 3.5 to 4 up here. All right, so this is why this was a beautiful buy, because we had the perfect area too, but I just, my goal is to catch, I say this every day. And someone, if you want to prove me wrong, I dare you to. But every single day, there is at least 1 to 3 moves at fucking minimum. I don't care if they're short ranges or long ranges. In this case, these are long ranges. But so this is move. If we just came from down here, let me fix it up. Sorry. We pushed up move 1. We sold down move 2. I'm trying to catch that sell down and move 2 and be in there before 930. And then he fucked me up. And then I did a pretty good job still, in my opinion, still catching it from here to here. Okay, so that's move 2. But what if 2 kept coming down lower? That's where I sometimes will need to miss the next move so I can be a part of the next move. Okay, so if that made sense. So pushed up 1, moved down 2. Okay, so pushed up 3. I'd already know I fucked up right here. Once it bounced above here, literally, it was over with. I knew I messed up and I should have bought. And I still had an opportunity to buy. But I'm not buying right here, bro. I'm just not doing it. I don't give a fuck if it is coming for this high. I am way too high, dude. I'm not doing it. So that's just me playing defense. But guess what? Okay, so move 2 came down. We gotta move 3. We push up here above using support. These are support blocks here. Support pushes up. All right, we get to the 50, and then the top 25 of the gray gap retrace back into the 50 level. You see that, and there's a bullish imbalance right there. This is actually the first. It's actually the first real imbalance after 10 o'clock. But we're using algorithmic levels right there as well. And then again, I'm not trying to buy this, and you could. This could be and this is a model all in itself where you're like very close to the rating where you're trying to go, and you can catch the ride. I usually take this buy after I have already caught this buy, right? But that's another story. So what do? We just keep stair stepping, higher highs, higher lows. Don't need to explain any more details than that. But you can see here that I have this purple volume imbalance quadded. We come to the 50%, playing around, 25%, raid. Once we raid, we just raided that 25% top of that bearish imbalance on the daily. We swept the imbalance here, the volume imbalance there. And then with this stupid wick, this was suspect, 11:15, shot it. I was like, oh, you bitches. When the price came up here, I tried to snag it at 50%. And obviously it kept going, so I took a loss. Okay, no problem. Then I saw this candle, this 11:19. I can't make that up, bro. This 11:19 right there. And we swept. We literally swept that wick. And I already know, it's like, yo, the job is done. Now we got all these easy buyers. This was move 2 down, move 3. Where's my move 4? Move 4 is at least going to sell and come back into 50%. We have a speaker, because you can see the speaker. I talked about that already, right? It's very similar to this patch down here, right? But this just happened very quickly. And you on the top of a range, you get that a lot. Okay, but when we stopped right here, we stopped at that down candle. Boom, and we hit it, right? Okay, fine. But we came up, it's a speaker. If you push up, where's equilibrium of this high and this low? Obviously right here, right? So the goal, the minimum goal was to sell this and come down. But I was debating today, like, oh, do you want to take that out, or do you want to just keep holding? I said, you know what? At a top range like this, and I've been preaching this shit all this time. I'm not saying we're bullish or bearish. I don't give a fuck if we are bullish or bearish. How about that for logic? I just understand the flow of what they're looking for and hunting. Okay, so they did that. All right, and yeah, and it was a bearish imbalance. But anyways, yeah, I'm losing my track. What was I gonna say? So when we come up here, well, let me where's this bitch at? I just took the screenshot of it. Right here. And that's what I was doing here. Very simple. Right? I was look at the entry. If you didn't see it, we wicked above. Yeah, I took a loss here. That's fine. I don't care. But I understood what was happening. And you can see this is a nice little shift above. Look at that bitch. Then we came down and we tagged the bottom of the gap. You can see I have it marked over here. I didn't want to make too much shit on the chart. Notice how this is still here. All right? This was always here. I didn't just fucking put this there. I put that shit way before 9:30. Right? I'm trying to explain to you. So we wicked. Fucking sick entry. Guess what? Okay, we come back down. We tag the top volume imbalance. Okay. Then we come break lower. We come right back to the gray gap. Plus that blue line, which is that Trump high. Okay. And then we bounce back up into 50% of the volume imbalance in the purple. There is a inversion right here that I'm using. Which one is that? It's the right here, the 1105. Your guru didn't take this trade. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care anybody. And respect to everybody. But what I'm saying is ain't nobody gonna show you this trade today. I promise you. Everybody's gonna show you about this buy from here to here. I promise you that. But they didn't get you on. They didn't show you that. All fun, right? Okay, but you see, we tap right in there. It's already gone, dude. I'm already expecting it to be gone. Nice, very overbought right here at the level almost 80. That's beautiful, right? And then 50% falls down. Now, well, just look at the rest, dude. Just look at the rest, right? Playing around 25%, then 50% comes right back to the first imbalance. And this is where I was like, you know what? You should get out. This is a great trade, blah, blah, blah. You didn't catch the buy. Because I didn't catch the buy, I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to keep holding this bitch. And I made that decision. I was like, I'm going to do other shit. Fine. So, but look what happens. I'm measuring this right here. This is why I didn't do a good job of projecting here. Because it was just intraday, and I knew I was going to take this out once it came down. and I was about to make the video, and I was like, yeah, because I was about to open the video and be like, hey, I'm still in this trade, and you know what I mean, and sure enough, it just started coming down my way. So I figured turn on record, but anyways, the first imbalance is right there. Look at the projection I have from there to there. We broke it right there. Break, dip right back in. Boom, that's it. Done. It ain't going any fucking higher. Perfect. Beautiful. That's a beautiful reversal. I've traded so many of these. Then what? That projection shows 3.5 to 4 here. It's literally sitting, around the first imbalance. What's that? That's the high of the daily. Bearish imbalance down here. All right, don't get lost in this. Asia, by the way, Asia's over here, right? And we came up past 2.5. Standard deviation's up. And then we just came down. It's getting tight, man. Damn. And then we came down to what? 2.5, probably. Yeah. To 2.5 down here. Got out. Squeezed it. And I squeezed it real good too. Pretty good. What did they do? They came all the way back. Anyways, I'll get to that in a second. So what's also here? Okay, that daily bearish imbalance. I said that. And boom, we tag it. What do we do? They retrace back up. Okay. They retrace back up. And then another drive down. 2 legs down. And they stop here at the 25%. They squeezed everybody here. Now, this is a higher high. And this can be a higher low. How did I get around this? As we said, sometimes luck is involved. But the reason why is because of the extremity of the range up there. Okay, up here, right? But then guess what? This starts to pop up. I'm measuring this down candle. I'm like, okay, I want to retrace. I was looking for it to just really fall from here. I didn't want it to come back up. But we get some drives back up. Where is it? Well, again, they squeeze people here. They want to come back up to squeeze the sellers here, but it's going to be on the weaker side. Why? Because we're up here, and I just got done telling you all that. So, but it sucked. Don't get me wrong, but I knew it was going to pay off. So guess what? This last down candle, I got it projected. Yeah, it's 2 to 2.5 here. We don't 3.5 to 4 is here. I was like, I don't see us coming back up that high, for at least now, or this move. And sure enough, we came back. Okay, so lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, low, doesn't break. Up, shift, comes back down. So that's drive 1, drive 2, drive 3 in a perfect case, being high resistance, coming right back in. And I was like, dude, why didn't you just take it out and buy this? And I was telling myself that. I was like, no, because you just got done explaining to everybody what the same logic is up here. I don't want to be not catching my own trade. But hey, it doesn't matter. You don't need to have any of this, right? You could have just caught either move 1 down, move 2 up, move 3 down here, move 4 up. Because if 4 kept going, I would have been screwed, right? But that was a possibility. But then guess what happened? Move 5 came down. Or back to the here, move up 1, move down 2, move up 3. Watch this. Move 3 up. Move down 4 all the way. Why all the way? Because ranges expand and it's a speaker and it can break. And they're trying to come back in for the breakout trades. Yesterday was the exact same day as today. No, did I say that right? Okay. Yesterday was the very similar day. But then we pushed up. Just like how we pushed up yesterday, but yeah, we pushed up today, but now we're coming back down. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you. And as you see, the 3 drives, we knock that Trump high again. It's in blue. I got it. We knock it, we sweep it, and then remember this. Yeah, let me do it this way so you can see it. Yeah, that makes sense. So you can see that's overlapping. See. This is the high of the gray. This is the low of the purple. All right, so they're overlapping. Look how they sweep over. Look how they X marks the spot when they're together, right? But this is just a sweep, right? And then boom, 50%, 25%, 50%, low. Oh, isn't this funny? The 930 open is exactly the same level as this old week gap. This is an old week gap. And the 930 level is exactly the same? Interesting. So guess what? I need to get it below that level. So we tap it right here. I'm only saying that to say this. We tap it. Come back to the 50, 25, 50. Boom, right here. When we were here, I was like, this is, if it goes any higher, this trade's fucked. I was sitting here right before I turned this goddamn thing on. And sure enough, I get this 350. And I'm like, I'm waiting for the end of the day because I know how dirty they are. Oh, I love this shit, man. So, and I talk about that all the time. So, we came underneath it. All right, slithering right there, beautiful. All right, came to the 50. Let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry, you're probably like, dude, I can't even see this shit. All right, came to the 50, bounced to the 25, and then immediately you saw me coming down trying to squeeze this bitch out. All right, to seal, came back to the 50. We're playing around the day gap, but this was the tell. Let me tell you, everyone's on the internet is going to start putting that up right now because they saw this drop. Let them show you that sell though, buddy, because I guarantee you they're only going to show you that buy, and that's the buy I didn't even take. Whoa, got they ass, baby. I'm retired. We ain't making no more videos. This shit over with. We got NFP tomorrow too, so it should be interesting. But in the simple terms, we came to an external liquidity. We came now back to an internal. So if we go and look at this, I know I made a video long, didn't I? Damn. Breakout level right there. I talked about this, dude. Yesterday, I put it in. I ain't even going to go do it. I told you. You've seen it. You got to go watch it. I told you. This low, I said the high. I said, let's just pretend the high is here. Where's 50%? Right fucking here. Where are we going? Well, it looks like we're going to it. All right. Let's see how deep they get. But now, let's get real. And the macro perspective, people are like, well, it's bullish. Okay, I wasn't fighting it, being bullish, but what was my intention? Every time I draw something, I was like, push up, retrace back. We'll find out more information later, but if it doesn't keep going down, then it's another expansion up. So I'm looking at this kind of like 3 drives. Like, so look at the, oh, by the way, I don't mention the month a lot, and I should have yesterday. I didn't think it was, well, it wasn't that necessary because I've been talking about Trump's high. Granted that luckily that Trump's high was also the same day, April 2nd. That's the same high of April, right? So there's an imbalance right there on the monthly. So we opened up, today's May 1st, obviously, and I forgot to even mention that, but we jumped in, we dipped in. That's why when we dipped in like that, that's all it needs to do to come back down. Where do we come back down to? Look at 50% of this gap. Not gap. Well, it is a gap because it's a wick. Oh, this is gonna be sloppy. 1 second. 50. Should put a quad, but I'm just gonna do. Just give me a second here. So I'll make videos long. I'm gonna go this way because I don't want it to block everything here. Damn. Oh, it's on the monthly. That's why. Okay, just for this Pete's sake here. So from this whole wick, there's 50%. All right, what's above that? That gap. That gap here. Now, you're like, why are you talking about down there? Well, here's the thing. If we broke structure, I'm going to go back to a weekly here. If we broke structure here, with this structure here, this is why I'm saying all this shit. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, failed high, bust through, break, it fans, it's fanning out. Okay, cool. Just like 22. Now when we're popping up, oh God, should have did this on the daily. We pop up, one, we retrace back, we come up, we do a little miniature, second drive, third drive, up, we just did that now. And then if, I'm going to zoom out. See that? This doesn't look sloppy, right? So now if we have made a lower high and we squeezed back up here, then in general speaking, if we get that bearish, real bearish situation, then I would expect a new lower low to clean all that up. Okay, let me put this on the daily. I've been doing it here, man. As you know, all right. I was talking about when we dropped here. So this is kind of like, if I bring this back into the picture, let's just kind of like, you could do this a number of ways. It's not really matching, obviously, because it was really deep drop. But the point is, let's put it to the side. We drop down, and this is now coming back up for a lower high. Like, let's just say that's Trump's high, for example, and we're coming back up to sweep that. Well, now that we've done that, let me open this up. Now that we've done that, I knew we were gonna play around in here. That's a resistance level. We're digging into it, right? So we came up, and then that could be a sweep of that. Now, guess what happens? We play around and we come down. That's why that was a good position out where I was at. And where's the proof? We're still falling now, aren't we? Right? Well, that's another conversation. But the point is that could be a sweep where then, god damn, dude, I want to be done. Make a new lower low, play around, come back up, squeeze for another lower high, lower low. This took a year. No, I'm sorry. This took 3 quarters, all the way October to do that, obviously, right? But and we have a lot of time here. But if that's a break and that's a retrace, that's a lower high. If that's the high fail and lower high here, then we would come back down for another leg like this. Obviously, that's pretty fast. And then we had a confluence with the majors because they first gapped up. They initially all gapped up, and then, first of all, they pushed up hard yesterday. So retracing back into it was made sense at the minimum, as you can see that we're coming back to a breakout level, the balance. This is just Nvidia, and everybody else. They were showing strength, but it also showed that they need to come back down. It's Thursday, so that was also the deciding factor of me taking this sell and holding it. Why? Because I have a very high probability of Thursday being the reversal. We just pushed up hard, dude. So Thursday, it being Thursday, I'm looking for a reversal profile on Thursday. If it goes up or down from here, I don't fucking care, because that idea, it worked out pretty good. I mean, I would have loved it to came down here and me be a part of that move, but that's okay. And it probably still will. But that was the reason why I did that shit here with the fuck me, I gotta go. All right, and then dollar look like it's pushing up. We were all pushing up, but looked like they got stagnant here, and then London closed, by the way. Make sure I don't forget that. That was also in the factor here. Look what time it is here. All right, see that? 11:15, 11:19. Beautiful time to anyone holding the bag, come back down and get them. Again, in a perfect world, I would have loved to have bought this, but I caught move 1 down, right? And I guaranteed that. And then I missed move 2. I should have bought move 2, but I was spooked. Move 2. And could I buy up here? Sure, but I'm not doing that. All right, caught move 3 down. Was thinking about taking it out and then just buying it up here, just in case it goes all the way through, or because I'm trusting my analysis. Man, I knew I should have held that fucking bitch, dude. I was on the record too, and I was like, you know what? Let me just do it, because that was pretty much my goal. If we keep coming down, I can catch another lower high or a swing. So I'm in tune. But buying this back up was logical as well. All right, and then getting out, because what if it doesn't go above that high? Perfect reason why. Right, and then you don't need to be trading anymore. I mean, I wouldn't want to trade after this anymore either, because once London close came in, then it brought it to lunch. See how lunch came in and it just started sitting around, fucking around. Why would anybody want to trade after this anyway? You've already got move down 1, move up 2, move down 3. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But that's why I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna hold it. And I'm glad that I didn't get stopped out here or something. Because that would have just sucked. I would have just held all that for nothing. But I got a nice Nice push. And even if this bought from here and went up, I got the distance from here to here. I got it all right here down, right? So, I'm just moving. That's how I'm moving, right? And then we had higher lows here with Dow, and that's why I should have took that buy, and I fucked up, right? But it was hard to catch it, and it doesn't mean I fucked up. So I'm just gonna say that, right? I did an amazing job regardless. Oh, by the way, when we were up here, dude, and I was trying to sell this bitch, and my fucking gardener's talking crazy right now, talking about stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't care, bro. It's all good. Do you think? And I missed this, and that was a higher high. I've already got this marked. So it's a lower high here, beautiful sell-in. That's why I took the sell. Okay. We get here, and I mess up and don't buy that right here, but we could have kept coming down hard. So I left it alone. We popped up into the finale, and then we had a nice divergence right there with Dow, higher high. And then we had lower highs here, as you see. Lower highs here with S&P and NAS. So I'm executing that bitch regardless. And then here I was shitting bricks a little bit because we had higher lows here with S&P and NAS, and then we had lower highs here. I'm sorry, lower lows here, and they were all above these highs right here. So I was like, damn, man, that's gonna push it up. And look at just the trust. I'll be honest with you. I was like, yo, what the hell is you doing, bro? You need to just get out. It's gonna be done if it went any higher, and it just boom, dropped. I was like, oh, we're good. We're good. And then this is also a lower high, by the way. I'm sorry, did I say lower high? This is also a higher high right here with Dow. And then we had lower highs here. See that? Boom. Fucking beautiful, baby. Beautiful. I can't wait for vacations. I'm like ready to just stop working for like an entire year. I swear to God. Dow popped in, small range, popped in. Oh, took the liquidity. So I was talking about that with Dow. Oh, what's that? That's a breakout level. Oh shit, imbalance. Oh, liquidity. Oh, sweep it, man. That's butter. That's a butter setup right there. Looks. I mean, I think it should come back down. They all have these gaps, right? And especially Nas. And if that's the lower high, we come down, sweet, boom, we get that. Otherwise, we would just buy up here and then keep going up. But so back to the conversation of bullish or bearish, and like at this point, I'm in a way bearish, but I'm near term bullish because I know it's obviously drawing up to an agenda. So, but now it's getting to the point where it is accomplishing that agenda. But with Dow, I don't like that, man. I don't like that third shits. We just hit ours up here, I think. I think this is this was April. This was Trump shit, and they're not even nowhere near it. Dow might be the weaker one. Or we might still keep going up. I don't know. But do you notice I don't have to care either because I technically, I mean, I'm not like blindly bullish or something or bearish. I'm not, it's not like I'm like, okay, we're buying this, we're holding it all the way up to the moon. I'm not like fucking doing shit like that. Or I could have done it here, but I didn't do that. Why? Because logical price action needs to come back in and we see what happens. But, what was I saying? And then S&P, all right, came up. Ooh, tag that shit. All right, let's take a look. Oh, come on, I gotta go, bro. What's so hard about? Okay, so it tags in. It's probably the 25%, bottom 25%. Yep, same situation there. He squeezed everybody here. So Nas, here's divergence. Great sell. Nas, they took out them, but S&P did not, and so did not Dow. Either they're late to them. Now we talk more. We're gonna have when we have ideas, new ideas come. So once I come up here, what's the new idea? Well, a higher high and a higher low could possibly still happen in there, and that's what we got. I don't know if it's gonna keep selling from here, but I'm already here. right? So it's kind of like NFP tomorrow. They can still consolidate it. They can still manipulate it. We have that in the background. Obviously, we know that. But what did they do? When they got up here, they made another raid. They went up one more time, looking like structure, right? But the real buy also was, just pretty much because they swept this shit right here with that imbalance. This 1800 15-minute candle on Wednesday. You see that right there? Which was obviously, no, I'm sorry, that's fucking today, right? Yeah. So that right there with that down candle was the explanation going up there, right? Um, um, so this has to be a long video. There's a lot to talk about. I'm talking about some real shit, dude. Like, I didn't, I didn't make this shit up. Okay, like I literally was telling everybody this. Okay, literally. So if you look at the daily real quick, you see that? See how we broke, lower low. Here's like a 1 minute chart. You see it, right? Pop up, retrace. Pop up. I was pointing to here with this. Remember this shit? And right here, right there. And then that's kind of like your final drive. If if we're bearish, now you got a lower high. If that was a 1 minute chart, just like what happened today with this. See how we didn't get a break here though, but see how we came up with 1, 2, 3 drives. I mean, it's kind of like the same idea what I'm talking about. Okay, boom. Now it's all these buyers are in this fucking market, so they want to come back down. So, if I need to do the projection now, again, this explanation that I'm talking about is if it's a bearish economy for the next quarter or two, right? Okay, this quarter and the next one, maybe. If we just keep doing that kind of flow. If we're in a bullish world and we're not in a recession, everything's just fine, which I don't know how it would be, but if it is, okay, maybe we buy from here and we go back up. This is option 1, okay? For bullish. Here's a second option. I don't know. Just talking. Okay, that becomes an old gap. I don't know what they're gonna do, but this is an option for as well, right? This is if we're bullish. If we're bearish, then maybe we do this and we just keep coming down. I mean, it's like a major sell-off, bro, and we come all the way down here, buddy. I mean, we come all the way down there to this, and they do that all in NFP. But it is possible NFP can stretch back up, right? This is why we're gonna wait for them to do their damage, and we'll have more information then. So this is the bearish idea, from right here to here. I don't see it. Maybe it does this and comes down if we're bearish. And don't worry about this big one. I'm just talking. Whatever. Maybe we come this high or maybe we don't. Right? I don't see them going back up like a speaker again. Let's just say they shoot it up like this and then come back down. That's a possibility, but that's fucking wild right there. Here or here is like what I'm kind of guessing are looking for, man. Damn, 53 minutes. I'm sorry. Fuck. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, but everything else is said so now. Everything has been said, right? 3.5 to 4. That's that. I did that projection yesterday for you. It's literally right there. And then I also should have done this. I'm gonna move this now because we don't need it. I know there's a lot of lines, bro. I'm sorry. I know. So now if I measure this is something that we could take a look at. Look at the present week's gap. And 1 and 1.5 is right there. So now I'm measuring that, right? So I'm going to delete this one. Don't get lost with all this. It's just this big one now. I'm measuring this from this high to this low. Very, very, very simple, right? And I'm measuring that, and then 101.5 is right here. So, I mean, in a perfect world, I'd like to come into here, right? Um, Even if you're bullish or bearish. If you're bullish, then it will respect these imbalances right here, and then it will, 50% of the 4 hour. Do the research. I don't care. I'm not gonna do it right now. You got that 15 minute. On the hour, you have that one right there. So let's just see what it does. If it's really bullish, it won't go any lower. But in general, I would like to see it come into here. Well, regardless of what we do, it doesn't matter what we do. You know what I'm saying? So now that I've said that, I'm sorry I made a long video. I'm excited though. Um, and mission fucking accomplished, buddy. That's all I can say. So you guys take care. God bless.